What is up, everybody? I'm No Lex Giffen, and today I'm going to be taking my very first look at Storybook Brawl 2, aka Fairy Tale Fables. So, I talked about this a decent amount yesterday. Today is the first day. As you're watching this, Fairy Tale Fables has just started to open up its beta. The beta officially opens up on December 23rd, but there is a 3-day launch event where people that already have access to the game are now permitted to stream it and make content about it. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be streaming this game later today as well. But before I do that, I wanted to at least check out the tutorial and make a YouTube video on that and see what we can glean from the game before I just jump into it all. So I'm just hitting this tutorial button. All of this I'm taking a look at for the very first time, with of course the caveat that the game is basically Storybook Brawl. But we're gonna get into it here. Yeah, I am definitely, probably just beginner. Oh, okay, fewer characters, that's interesting. So guided tutorial, I definitely want to do that. And then you can just play versus bots for beginners. Set up with standard game settings, so that'll be like timed turns. I definitely don't want to jump into that just yet. And then this also allows you to potentially practice for chaos queue with some crazy stuff. Looks like bots just do completely random stuff. But first things first, let's just jump into the guided tutorial to start things off here. Welcome to Fairy Tale Fables, the ultimate auto-battler adventure where strategy meets magic. Learn how the game works in small steps. Drag and drop a character, rectangle, from the shop down to your board to buy them using your gold, found in the top left corner. So this is Happy Retriever. It is a 2-cost 2-3. We can place it in our front row or back row. Each round you should use all your gold because you lose all unspent gold once you start a fight. Press Start Fight to fight. And we'll be up against a little sheep here. Characters attack by themselves. Each player's characters attack, alternating attacking until one side is victorious. All seems pretty familiar so far. The player whose character attacks first is random. Fair enough. When a character attacks, they damage the enemy by their attack value and get damaged by the enemy's attack value at the same time. Damage reduces a character's health. If a character's health reaches 0, they are defeated until the next round. Not sure what this is doing. That's interesting. This, oh, that's the turn? That's the turn that you're on. A fight ends when one or both sides have no characters remaining. The winner is the side with characters remaining. If both players end with no characters, the fight's a tie. In Fairy Tale Fables, you play as a hero. Your current hero is shown here on the left. Name. Hello, Name. How are ya? Your hero has health points, or HP, represented by the number in the heart. You lose health when you lose fights. Your hero has a current level, which is represented by a number in the green circle. The outer ring is your XP. You gain 1 XP after each fight, which is 1/3 of the progress to the next level. That progression is the exact same as Storybook Brawl. If it ain't broke. That's right. We looked at yesterday, most heroes start with 30 HP, hit points, health points. Gold Leprechaun, your good characters have +1/+2, double the bonus if you are level 4 or above. Cool. Okay, so a much needed improvement on Fairy Godmother, I believe. And then we've got hover over, short press on mobile, over the character in the shop. That's one thing that I did not mention yesterday, and somebody got at me about it on Discord, but hi, if you're watching, this game's available on mobile already. You can find it in the Android Google Play Store on Android devices, and if you are on Apple, there is a link on the official Discord that will allow you to configure the game for Apple Test Flight as well, if you are familiar with that. That's how a lot of apps that are just starting out. So the mobile experience, definitely not optimized, I've heard, but pretty sweet that it's already available. Very, very cool. Apologies if I have been over top of anything here. I've tried to get... I've read everything out, but apologies if I've gotten in the way of any of these tutorial tips. I'll try to move myself around as we go through. So, this dog buffs all dogs on your board. Okay. Happy Retriever aura, your dogs have +1/+1. Good Animal Dog. And then Good Leprechaun is also buffing my team, which we already read. And then we can use a minor potion to give a character +1/+1 permanently. Interestingly, I noticed this yesterday. So this is +1/1. The second one is in red. That doesn't mean +1/-1. It's just health is represented by red, the color red, and attack is represented by that tannish color. Looks like there might be a little bit overlap between that and gold, but there you go. So bold words like aura are called keywords. Keywords are used for common abilities and described on the right in the character's description. By the dog. By the dang dog. Both of these doggies are going to pump each other. The circle with the blue bottle in the shop is a spell. Hover to read what the spell does. We already did that. In addition to gold, spells also require mana, which is that blue symbol, and it's up here below your gold. So each turn, for the most part, obviously this can change. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a resource like this, or it wouldn't have this UI. There is mana that you get. So that's how they're differentiating it a little bit from Storybook Brawl already, which is cool to have some deviations. But it's not quite Hearthstone Battlegrounds where you can just cast as many tavern spells as you want each turn. You're going to have, by default, a limit of 2. Let's pump up one of our doggies and get into the fight. So we'll eat both of these lambs here pretty effortlessly. And we'll smack my opponent for, assumedly 4. Oh wait, no, we're about to learn something. If one side has no characters remaining, that side's hero will attack. The hero attack is shown in the bottom left of the hero portrait. That's kind of what I was teasing yesterday. That's a little bit different in this game. Hover over the attack circle for an explanation of the numbers. So it's damage times the number of times that you attack. If your characters are defeated, this attacks the opponent's remaining characters, and you get +1 damage with each level. Interestingly, or really important to note here, you don't just do this. You don't take the damage from the attacks. It's ranged attacks. It's considered here. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that. They're just going to fire off 2 little one-shot arrows. If both of the arrows hit Happy Retriever, then they would have saved theirself a point of damage. You deal damage equal to the number of your surviving characters plus your level, and assumedly, if it's like Storybook Brawl, golden characters are going to hit for 3 rather than hitting for 1. So 2, 3, 4 is how much damage we hit my opponent for. But if they were able to take out this doggy with one of those arrow shots, then they only would have taken 3. Hopefully this is, like what I'm trying to do here is somewhat tutorialize not only, like, I'm just playing through the tutorial. You guys can do this yourself, right? But in this video, I'm not going to get too into, like, anything crazy that's going on in the game. I'm going to save that for the live stream, which is, I will probably be live. I'm going to have this set to go live at 8 a.m. EST, and I'll probably be live streaming at about 1 p.m. EST, maybe a little bit sooner. Depends how excited I am to play. So now we've got 4 gold this turn. We'll buy both of these things. Positioning and tactics is very important. The boost ability of the shield page in your shop buffs characters in front of him. So place him in the back row. Notice how the characters in front of him get more HP. Wow, that is a lot. Okay, yeah, it's a bigger baby root. 1-5 instead of 0-3. And +0/+4 is the boost instead of +0/+3 by both characters. Endurance triggers this ability at the start of each fight or when I am summoned. Okay. I'm just now noticing this stats breakdown. Permanent 1-1. Food 0 out of 0. Other 3 out of 8. Item slots 1. Familiar slots 1. Other 3 out of 8. 1 out of 2. I don't know what those things mean yet. We'll find out soon enough. Endurance, charge 1 star. That deals 3 damage after you have 3 attacks. If you have less... Not sure. It says when you summon it. Did I get a star? I'm not sure. Bluebell has an interesting ability, charging a star. A star is delayed damage. The star will damage an enemy after a set number of attacks in your combat. Your attacks and your opponent's attacks both count. Read her description to understand her ability. So it sounds like I want to place her here. When your shop is entirely empty or you don't like the characters, you can roll circle arrow to change the shop. You get 1 free roll every turn. Wow, the green rectangles below the gold cost show your number of free rolls. So this will assumedly be a number at some point. And if we have multiple free rolls, we can stack those up. Okay, cool. So now this roll costs... Okay, and we're going to lock here because we've got a triple. Notice the effect of the dog in the shop. It shows that the dog is... Okay, so there's dogs, cats, royals, and fairies so far. It shows that the dog is the 3rd copy of a character you already own. In this game, if you find 3 copies of a character, they combine into an upgraded version. Lock. Oops. I'm not sure what else it said. But now we've locked the shop, and now we can't do anything else. So let's get into the combat here. We'll see if we can figure out what stars are. Notice this star here, which appeared because of Bluebell's ability. Or when I am summoned. The left number is the star's damage. Left number is the star's damage. And the right is the countdown timer. In 2 attacks, the star will shoot and damage an enemy. Really interesting. Really interesting. So we can see this ticking down here now, and then we're going to smack that for 3, and then it goes away. So charging 1 star just means you set up 1 star, but it's not like it keeps on ticking unless you're able to charge multiple stars throughout. So now we're going to find a treasure. When you find 3 of a character, they combine and you get a treasure. Treasures have powerful abilities, so choose your treasure wisely. You can only choose 1 in your selection by the glowing character. I wanted to see how that worked. Looks like that's working out nicely. You have +1 treasure choice. Oh, that's pretty cool. Your good characters have +1/+1. Your characters have +1/+0. I don't think this tutorial is going to be long enough that bottled ship... No, you know what? This is interesting. I don't need no stinking auras. You can have 3 treasures at a time. If you find a 4th treasure, if you want to take it, you'll have to replace a treasure you already own. Hover over a treasure to see its description and level. +1 treasure choice. Pretty cool. Buy the sleeping cat in the shop and then roll. Can I sequence break here? I'll do it. I'll buy the sleeping cat, and then I'll roll. The spell in the shop does not target a character. It will activate if you drag it down from the shop and then release it when it glows. Cast the spell. So we got to bring it down. Okay. You just probably have to bring it down below this line. Yeah, it looks like the line is a little bit... Oh, okay. You can drag a spell anywhere. That's important to know. So you have like a circle radius. This is what we're gaming. We're gaming right now. So you've got like a circle radius where you can release the spell and it won't cast, but as soon as you bring it outside of that circle, then it will activate when you cast it. It'll cost 1 gold, 1 mana. And what does this one do? Your hero gains +1 attack permanently. Seems good, especially early on. Your sleeping cat summons a cat in its position when it dies in a fight. So if you place the sleeping cat so it receives the shield page boost, the summoned cat will also receive the boost. This creates more value from the gained shield page. Makes sense. Adjust the position of your characters and then start the fight. You can speed up fight speed. That's pretty crazy as well. Looks like it doesn't really work in the tutorial, but I'm sure eventually that's something that we'll be looking to max out just so that way we can get the most time in the shops, especially early on, right? To start things out, I'm going to play against a bunch of bots, get my footing. The characters in your shop don't all cost the same gold. The gold cost shows the character's level. Right. Same as Storybook Brawl. Generally, the higher level characters are stronger and give higher level treasures that are also stronger. The general strategy is to buy higher level characters that strengthen your set of current characters on the board. The young Kappa in your shop has synergy, aka works well with Sleeping Cat. Read the description of young Kappa and place them next to the kitty. Adjacent character dies, I gain +1/+1 permanently. Water Wraith? Some type of monster. I'll take a look at Elaine as well. She's got ranged. I'm just, guessing by the names. I think it's pretty straightforward here. The names, I will say, are not super evocative. And I'm curious how much that is something they are like, who the hell is Elaine, the songstress? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Young Kappa, I think that's like a Twitch reference. I don't know. But yeah, that part's not like super evocative, but I will say I feel more comfortable saying that in this video. I think the best thing, like the one thing that drew me to Storybook Brawl immediately was Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet are in this game. They might be dogs and cats or something weird like that, or there's like Romeo's dog and Juliet's cat. Like there might be 4 total characters all said and done. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Elaine has ranged. When she starts an attack, she won't get damaged like normal characters, but she will get damaged when she is attacked, since ranged ability works on attack. Place Elaine either in position 1 or position 5, where she is more likely to attack. So let's throw Elaine in here, and then we've got 1 gold left over. And we can... let's break this down first, because I haven't talked about items yet either. So the rightmost square in your shop is an item. Circles are spells, squares are items. We haven't learned about diamonds yet, but diamonds are coming, assumedly. Items can be placed on characters to give stat bonuses. That's where we see item slots. 1, 1, 1, 1. Everything's got 1 item slot here. You can move items between characters. Normally, characters can hold 1 item. Buy the item and give it to one of your characters. So we can give it to our dog, and then if we change our mind later, we can give it to somebody else. This guy's not taking it, but that might be because of this tutorial box here that obviously you wouldn't get in a normal game. Let's start the fight. Oh, I can roll for free once, right? Do I like this? Well, it's a lot of stuff. We could take a look here. Okay, here's Romeo. So, Dying Breath give 150 of my stats to Juliet. Okay, a little bit different. Romeo still wants to die first. No. Wait. That's not how it's supposed to work. Juliet's supposed to die first, and then Romeo dies, and then Juliet comes back. They might have missed the mark on that one a little bit. Snow White is here. When you buy a dwarf, I gain +1/+1. Quest, buy 7 dwarfs. So there's a lot of pretty familiar things in here too. Even though Romeo might be a little bit different. When one of your characters slays, I gain +1/+0 permanently. Oh, and it's ranged. Yeah, okay. Shadow Assassin. I think this one was called. Consti. Entrance. Set my permanent stats to 7/7. Interesting. I mean, it's a 7/7. Why not, right? Another Sleeping Cat, and then for each 3 rounds you keep me, I sell for 1 more gold. Don't think I'm super interested in that. 5 health shield is cool. And then another little spell there. I don't think I'm going to lock onto that shop. We'll see what we can do here. Oh, I think they're going to have us take some damage on this fight. Because this is looking a little bit dicey. We've got a 5/7. We've got a ranged character. So, like, maybe Elaine can carry it if she can survive here. Yeah, no, not quite. Not going to happen. But we are able to take out one of their characters. So I only take 6 from that fight. You have a third row, the hand. The hand doesn't enter the fight. It's there for extra space for combining characters. Probably did want to lock on to Snow White. Though actually it's 3.2 now. So maybe I don't need to. When your board is full or you need extra gold, you can sell your characters for 1 gold. This is possible by dragging and dropping a character into the sell region at the top of the screen. Oh, whoa! Whoa! That is awesome. You can see your last opponent's board. Whoa. Okay. Epic. Absolutely epic. What does this do? Not sure what that means. Oh, that means I'm fighting them next round. Okay. And we know exactly what they just had. Some crazy demons. Oh, we can lock so that way we can read exactly what they got going on. They got a bunch of small imps and a demon sprite. All right, this is a scary opponent here, and I think that means we're going to be fighting them again here now. You see your opponent with a health bar at the top. Your hero is green, and the next opponent you fight is in red. A normal game, there will be 8 players in a lobby that randomly face off, round robin style. Hover over the enemy portrait to see their hero, and board of the last round? Wow, so there's even there's so much more scouting. It's not just about the last time you face them, you just get to see their whole dang board. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Press to lock this view so you can read the descriptions of the enemy characters, finish your turn, and defeat your opponent. All right. So, how are we going to do this? This seems a little dicey. Oh, interesting. This is the shop that they gave me, even though I didn't lock onto this. That's funny. I think potentially making a big Consti is a play. I don't love how the econ of that works out, but it might just be the move. There's no, like, great way to order the board. The young Kappa's big enough that I probably want to run it. Honestly, Bluebell might be her time to go. Yeah, there's kind of a weird puzzle on this board. I feel like if I want to win this fight, it's probably just putting the Bronze Shield on the Consti and then maybe giving Consti +2/+2 so that way it can positively battle with those, with more of my opponent's demons. But I could also see just giving Resolve to Happy Retriever. The Bronze Shield to Happy Retriever. Maybe this is just a cheaper route to go. And then I play another Sleepy Cat. Alright, let's try this. Okay, so you have to move this item first. I was curious how that worked. To be honest, just testing here. Now I've got an 818. Maybe that can buy me some nice maneuverability here. Dying Breath, if I didn't attack yet, damage the highest HP enemy by their by 50% of their max HP. Excuse me, your characters with items have +2/+3. That can be pretty good. Pretty sure the Sleeping Cat won't resummon with the sword. That would be pretty good. Charge 2 stars that deal 4 damage after 5 attacks. So you really want Puck first. Considering trying to put Elaine closer to the front here still. That could be useful. I'm just deciding if I want to lock right now. There's a pair of Ori, but we rank up next turn, so let's just battle. How good is my 8-10 gonna serve me? I think pretty well. I think pretty dang well. Yeah, we're able to take out most of their stuff here on the front line. Sleeping Cat lines up very, very well there too. And this should be a pretty straightforward win. I don't think my opponent bought anything. But still, pretty nicely done. They'll be able to take out the cat and Elaine. So we only hit them for 4. There's going to be a few more. Oh, never mind. They only had 4 HP. Okay, that's the tutorial then. There we go. Did I sequence break? Was I not supposed to win already? Well, I've won. Little Mermaid, Slay, +2/+1, a very familiar character here. Ranged for each star you charge. There's like familiar things that are like straight rips, and then there's brand new mechanics at the same time. So kind of fun. Steal 3/3 permanently from my wearer. Huh. Kind of interested how like entrance stuff works. Wait, but steal, so that goes into the dagger and then maybe you can like sell it? Kind of a combo with Consti. Yeah, let's see what kind of trouble we can get into with that. You cannot buy a character. Okay, I might have, because I think I was supposed to have won this, maybe. Cannot buy an item for the sake of the tutorial. Let's start the fight again. Okay, I think we're done. That's fine. I'm not gonna blame that on anything. Please only do what is written in the tutorial. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm supposed to do for the sake of the tutorial. I'll be right back. Do we get a different... Okay, so this time the victory screen popped up. Just didn't happen last time. That's okay. There's going to be some bugs. That's definitely important to understand. But that was my first foray into Fairy Tale Fables. I'm super excited to play it some more. Again, yeah, y'all already know. I'm streaming it probably right now as you're watching this. And again, as a reminder, it's currently in like a closed open beta. It's opening up in just a few days, but for right now you can watch streams. I will probably be able to do a giveaway in the comments here as well. So if you are interested in receiving a code for the open beta launch event that's currently happening so that you can play immediately, you got to get in the game. Leave a comment on this video. Just leave a comment on this video and let me know that you're interested, and I'll raffle one of those off. I will also probably do a raffle on Twitter, just because I feel like that will get some interesting eyes potentially on the game that might not otherwise look at it. So that'll be a typical thing, like, retweet, follow me on Twitter at NoLexGiven. And then I'll also be streaming both on Twitch and YouTube. Probably I'll do like a simul stream. Now we're allowed to do that. So I'll get that set up again. And I'll have a few more codes to give away throughout. I'll probably give out most today. But I'll save a few that way in case somebody isn't paying attention today or yesterday. They don't just miss it because it happened so quick. But probably not going to give out any codes on the 22nd, because at that point, 23rd, game's already live for everybody. And then on the 23rd, again, as a reminder, there's going to be a tournament of sorts. I got a little bit more details on the tournament from your Horse Thief. So basically you have to be top 50 on the ladder to qualify to be able to participate in the tournament. But if you qualify to participate, they're just going to do a random drawing from those top 50 to pick 16 players to compete. And we'll see how that goes. I've got a lot to learn here before Saturday to see if I can get in tournament shape. It's just for fun too, at the very least, and I'm sure most of the people that are going to make it to that rank are going to be grinders, and they're going to be people that have already been familiar with this game for the past few months. But don't let that scare you away. Game looks like it's got some interesting additions onto what we already know and love as Storybook Brawl, and we haven't even seen everything. I'm going to start tomorrow's stream by playing up against some bots and just kind of familiarizing myself with more of the cards. But bots can be tricky because there is... sometimes the bots just die too quick and then you don't actually get to see everything. So here's the leaderboard. That is going to reset, so that won't matter in a second. And then you can also go in here and you can view everything. So you can view the heroes, you can view all of the characters on every level, the treasures. So maybe at some point, I don't know, like, I mean, I don't want to just like jump into it all. And I talked about this in my video on Sunday. There's like, part of me wants to rush and get up to date as soon as possible, so that way I can start battling and start making some fun content. But I also don't want to deny myself the experience of learning and experiencing everything for the first time in the game, because I think that that is where you can build a lot of strong nostalgia and fun memories with it all. So I'm not gonna just jump in super quickly as far as just like downloading all the information, making tier lists of where I think everything should be. But that's like kind of fun too, because it would kind of be fun to do a tier list of everything, see what my thoughts are blind, and then kind of like revisit that in 2 months and say like, where was I right? Where was I wrong? So we're gonna do a bunch of things. This is probably gonna be my new favorite game in short order. We'll see how it all pans out, but yeah, expect a lot more Fairy Tale Fables content in the future. I'll end it there for this one for today. But there is a lot more content coming today. Also have a Marvel Snap video coming today, probably. I'm gonna go film that now. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lex Given. Peace.